everybody, welcome to my marathon video. This is actually a little bit different than any other marathon video I've ever done because of the fact that I've tried this like a bunch of different times this week and I just wasn't feeling any of the things I think I was just trying to come up with a marathon series to do, and I just didn't have any interest in watching the movies that I picked, even though I loved all those movies. So I decided to do something a little bit different, and I'm actually doing 2 marathons in one. Tonight I'm actually having an Ed Wood marathon. I'm actually starting out by watching Tim Burton's Ed Wood, and then I'm going to watch 2 of Ed Wood's movies. I know I'm going to watch Plan 9 from Outer Space. I love that movie. And I'm going to pick one other one, maybe like Bride of the Monsters. So I'm going to have an Ed Wood marathon tonight. And then after the Ed Wood marathon, you will find out what I'm doing tomorrow. I'll be watching, I think, 2 or 3 movies tomorrow. And it's actually going to be a silent movie marathon. It's going to be me watching 3 silent films I have never seen. So it's 2 marathons in one. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, well, I just got done watching Ed Wood. Other than Batman being my favorite Tim Burton film, mainly just because Batman's one of my all-time favorite films, Ed Wood is my favorite non-Batman Tim Burton film. I love this film so much. It's a great film about making movies, but it's also a lighthearted, funny look at the true story. The movie's kind of based on the true story of Ed Wood. Of course, it takes some, dramatic license and also some comedic license as well. It takes the kind of darker side of Ed Wood's life and kind of adds a twist to make it funny. And it's told in a lighthearted way. And it just features a brilliant performance by Johnny Depp and Bill Murray, Martin Landau, who plays Bela Lugosi, and he also won an Oscar for this film. And it's just an amazing film. I love it. It's funny, it's heartwarming, and it's kind of sad at the same time because of, just how Ed Wood was. He was so, in this movie, he's so optimistic, but yet it's just like terrible, like just so terrible. And so this movie's amazing. The movie I'm actually going to watch next is in my Ed Wood collection set. And I'm actually going to watch Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is my favorite Ed Wood film, and I love it. Yeah, it's widely considered like one of the worst films of all time, and I could see that, but it's actually so bad it's good. It's just entertaining to watch. It is funny. It is hilarious just because it's so horrific, but it's not boring, and it's just very entertaining. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in, and I'm going to watch Plan 9 from Outer Space.
That time, Mac. American Flight 812 requesting. Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Over.
Alright, everybody, I just got done watching Plan 9 from Outer Space. It's just such a fun film, mainly for looking at all the flaws and how terrible the dialogue is, and I don't know, it's just hilarious. I mean, some scenes it goes from being day and then to night in the next shot and then the day again. I mean, there's so many continuity errors in this film. The dialogue is terrible. Like a UFO flies by and the character's like, oh my gosh, it looked like a big cigar. Doesn't look anything like a cigar, it's a flying saucer. And like little stuff like that. And I tried to show some of the clips on here. The film is in public domain, so it's okay to show it. But anyways, it's a really, really fun one if you just want to laugh. And yeah, I'm actually pretty exhausted because I worked a long day, so I'm actually just going to cut this marathon now. And so I watched Ed Wood, Tim Burton, and then I just watched Ed Wood's Plan 9 from Outer Space. So I'll see you guys in the next segment from marathon number 2. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I just woke up a little while ago, and yeah, I got some sleep last night after the last clip, I pretty much went right to sleep. I was exhausted. I'm getting my Netflix queue set up now because I am starting my silent movie marathon. I'm sitting in my chair and I took my pillow from upstairs, the couch, one of the couch cushions, and propped it behind me because I am chilling out today. It's accidentally playing the Ed Wood DVD that was in the DVD player instead of going on Netflix. No, I don't want to watch any more Ed Wood. No. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm getting it queued up. And what am I watching first? I'm watching Fritz Lang's Woman on the Moon. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Very excited to watch this film. Huge Fritz Lang fan. Been so for years. This is a film I have not seen by him, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I've been kind of on a silent film Fritz Lang kick lately, and yeah, so I'm really excited to see this one. I know this one, people don't talk about it as much, or they don't like it as much as the other ones, but Luke Ryan and a couple other people that I know that are, you know, film lovers as well, speak very highly of it. Like it's a really fun film, and it's really cool, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, so I'm getting ready to get that queued up, and I will see you probably in about 5 seconds by the time I'm finished unfilming this and the next clip. I actually said the name wrong. It's actually Woman in the Moon, the English translation of that. But I'm loving the score that they use for this so far. Man, now that was a film. So I just got done watching Woman in the Moon, and it actually, you know, a 2 hour and 45-minute film that is basically a little, you know, almost like a melodrama with space travel. Man, my hair looks crazy, but that's how it is when I'm laying down. You know, basically the first 45 minutes to an hour of the film, there's really nothing going on. It's just character development, and it is very rich. Each character is very fun to look at. Each of the faces is really unique. So, I mean, you really love, not that you love every single character, but you really get to know each and every character before the plot really comes into place. And basically it's about, you know, the theory of space travel and what people, or, you know, traveling to the moon, and, you know, basically the brains behind a certain mission to the moon, and people who want to, you know, take credit, people who want to destroy the mission, and basically you just have all these characters. And in the middle of this, you have it's almost like I guess you could say a love story. And it is just I'm actually really shocked about how much I loved it, because I expected to probably like it, but I really loved the film. It was kind of at the end, it was such a feel-good film, and you don't always feel great with every Fritz Lang film. I mean, his films are so serious sometimes, and you're just like, man, it's just a draining experience sometimes with some of his films, because they're so serious in what they, you know, try to, you know, talk to you about. Not saying that they're depressing, it's just like, you know, it really engages those aspects of your emotions. Well, this one's different because it's a little bit, I don't really use this word, but it's a little bit sweeter than some of his other films in terms of it's has slight melodrama. It's also really, you know, science fiction wise, it's really good, and then it has like a fantasy element to it, and the romance to it is really cool. You kind of root for the character. I guess you could say, even though he's like one of the main characters, he's the guy who like basically is the brains behind the mission. He's almost kind of an underdog in a way too. So like, I don't want to, you know, get into it anymore because I don't want to spoil, you know, the plot of the film. But this was something special. I definitely easily would give it a 10 out of 10. It's probably my favorite Lang film now. By far not the best. I mean, Die Nibelungen and at least, you know, Metropolis and some of his other films are better films. but this one is probably like one of my favorites. And it's one I'm going to revisit quite a lot because I really, really loved it. I really hope they come out with a Blu-ray in the United States with it because I loved it so much. So, let's see what I'm going to watch next. Alright, next I am going to be watching Buster Keaton's Sherlock Jr. from 1924. And I just realized it's only a 44-minute film. So, this shouldn't, be too long at all, and I'll be able to get to the next film. This is a Buster Keaton film that I actually saw a while back. It's been long enough that I don't, I won't really remember a lot of it. So I'm really looking forward to watching it again. I think it's been years since I've seen it, and I think I was like half asleep when I watched it, because it was after I watched The General and like another Buster Keaton film. So I'm really excited to see this again, because I don't remember it, but I know I've seen it. So let's go ahead and press play. Alright, well, I just got done watching Sherlock Jr., and it was pretty fun. I don't remember it all that much, so it was really entertaining to watch this first time. So basically, it was about Buster Keaton's character. He's a film projectionist, and he's in love with a girl. He buys her, a box of chocolates, changes the price to make it seem more expensive because he just doesn't have a lot of money. And because of a situation that happens when he goes and gives it to her, I'm trying to describe the movie without blowing any plot points, because it is a short film, like 45 minutes, so I didn't want to talk about the whole film. And because of a certain, situation, he kind of dreams up, basically he is a detective trying to solve the case of what's going on. And there is a cool little twist at the end too that I really enjoyed. But I highly recommend this film. I recommend all of Buster Keaton's films because he's just such a, he's sometimes overshadowed by Charlie Chaplin, who I love. But in some ways, Buster Keaton, I think, is better, and in different ways. But this movie was really, really fun. I really love some of the early scenes. When he's sweeping up the, all the flyers and stuff in front of the, theater and everything, and like with all Buster Keaton films, it has its, physical humor and stuff like that in it too. Really fun film. I can't wait to eventually own it one day. And, yeah. Well, because of something that I need to go do, I'm going to have to cut this marathon short. So I did 2 films last night, 2 films today, and I had tried to do 3 films today, but I think since the first one was almost 3 hours, I kind of took some of the time off. And then something that I have to do changed and was actually earlier, and I have to get the video up by today. So that's the reason why I'm going to finish it now. I plan on doing many more of these marathons in the future. I think one day I want to have a Fritz Lang marathon and do the Dr. Mabuse films and stuff like that. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out all the other marathon videos this week, and have a great rest of the day. Bye.